Call the meeting of the City of Tonawanda Council to order. Can you please call the roll?
Volanich,
Here.
Sarah,
Here.
Rautenstrau,
Here.
Mylum,
Here.
Cook.
Here, please stand for the pledge.
Fall Festival Farm today.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We could just please center ourselves and have a silent reflection. Thank you. You may be seated. Okay, communications from the mayor have been ordered and filed. Communications from city officials and correspondents have also been ordered and filed. We're not going into executive session. At this time, we'll now take comments by the public on the resolutions. For those that are joining us virtually, there is a spot for you to raise your hand. Please do so, and the clerk will call upon you. For those that are joining us in person, please approach the microphone. We'll take comments on the resolutions. Mr. Clerk, are there any residents who wish to address the council on the resolutions?
Madam President, at this time, I do not show anyone on the Zoom call looking to make any comments on the resolutions.
All right, let's roll.
Resolution number 1 by Councilmember Mylum.
Do we have a second?
I'll second, Madam President.
Second by Mr. Rounstrau.
Resolved that the common council minutes from July 19th, 2022 be accepted as filed.
Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Volanich,
Aye.
Sarah,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 2 by Councilmember Volanich.
I'll second.
Resolved that the common council authorizes and approves the sale of 10 surplus items of the city equipment conducted online by Auctions International, surplus auction number 29238, totaling approximately $3,272.50 per the report attached hereto and made a part hereof.
Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Volanich,
Aye.
Sarah,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 3 by the council,
Madam
seconded
President.
by the council.
May I
Mr.
make a
Rounstrau?
motion to waive the reading on number 3?
We have a motion from Mr. Rounstrau to waive the reading. Do I have a second?
Second.
Yes. Second by Mr. Mylum. All those in favor?
Aye. Thank you.
All right. Resolution 3, sponsored by the council, second by the council. Any comments or questions?
If it works.
Please call the roll.
Volanich,
Aye.
Sarah,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 4 by the council, seconded by the council. Resolved that the 2022 general fund operating budget be amended by the common council during the August 2nd, 2022 council meeting to set up the capital purchases approved in the 2022 capital budget to be funded by the ARPA funds to purchase a replacement boom truck as per your agenda.
Comments or questions? I have a comment. I'd like to thank Mr. Worthling for his work on this. Come to find out, this seems to be a great deal for us. The total cost is about $186,000. And we received another bid from Texas, which was significantly more than that. So this is definitely much needed, and we should have it at September, October time. So thank you, Mr. Worthling, for your work on that, and thank you, council. Any other comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Lulanich,
Aye.
Nocera,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution 5 by council, seconded by the council. Resolved that the 2022 general fund operating budget be amended by the common council during the August 2nd, 2022 council meeting to adjust for the expense and reimbursement of costs associated with the zombie grant that should have been in prior years reimbursed in 2022, as per your agenda.
Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Lulanich,
Aye.
Nocera,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted. At this time, we'll now take comments by the public following the resolutions. For those that are joining us virtually, there is a spot for you to raise your hand. Please do so and the clerk will call upon you. For those that are joining us in person, please approach the microphone. Mr. Clerk, any resident wishing to address the council?
Madam President, at this time, I do not show anyone on the Zoom call looking to make any comments at this time.
Hearing none. Mrs. Lulanich.
I just, a couple of things. I want to just do a shout out. The senior citizens picnic was lovely. I had my husband and our dog Stanley had an opportunity to stop by, and that was really cool. And they shared that there were a significant number of their membership had been on a bus tour. It was just an unfortunate coincidence with their planning, but there was a really lovely turnout. It was kind of full under that pavilion, the new pavilion. So that was really cool. The family camp out is this Friday.
Right.
So I think we're supposed to have good weather. I think, are they still taking reservations?
Yes, we have over 100 people already signed up.
Get out.
125,
That's awesome. Okay.
125.
That's really cool. And then I'd also just like to just thank our police department. I just know that they responded to some concerns in the first ward, and it was just really much appreciated and just awesome to see. I don't know, it was just really cool. So great police work. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lulanich. Mr. Nocera.
So just to repeat, family camp out is at Betts Park, and I just want to wish everybody have a great fun time there this Friday. Try and stop down and see what's going on. My wife and I had the opportunity to go to the garden walk on Friday night. The Friday night lights was spectacular. There were so many great, gardens in the backyards and the front yards. It's hard to pick out one or two that really caught our mind. The only thing that now is that my work is set out for me because my wife got a lot of ideas on how to improve our garden. So I don't know if that was a great idea to go, but we had a good time. Congratulations to Skip Johnson, our city historian. That's very nice. It's our history is so full in the city of Tonawanda, and just being involved in it must be a lot of fun. So congratulations on that. With a sigh of relief, Canal Fest is over. I just want to say that most of the comments that I received, either phone calls or little text messages, went 50-50, 54, 50 against. So we're just sorry to hear that one of our City of Tonawanda police officers was hurt in a scuffle, during that. And that's not acceptable at all. And it's not expected either. People should go to a public event and behave themselves. That's all I want to say about that, but hopefully he's on the mend, he's repaired, and he's good to go. Also, the senior citizen summer picnic last Wednesday, the weather was perfect, the venue was fantastic. And there was just so many different homemade desserts and baked goods that it went very well. And I think it was just a great time. It was good to see people there.
Thank you, Mr. Nocera. Mr. Rautenstrau.
Thank you, Madam President. I just want to revisit, so we discussed it in the in the informal, only because some people had mentioned it and reached out, and it's not part of the one broadcast, is that we talked about the e-bikes and the paths. Whatever we do, I just kind of want to put a reminder out there to people that are out there that are using the paths to be respectful to each other. You're sharing the road with people that are walking, people that have dogs and kids, and people that are on their e-bikes and scooters. Keep an eye out for each other and be safe. There's a long summer to be had of enjoying the outdoors, enjoying our waterfront, and just hope everybody can be safe and look out for each other. I also want to comment too. I want to thank the auditors for coming in and speaking to us. I'm probably the dorkiest guy here and look forward to the hearing an accounting audit. The only thing better than that is we could have some sort of cyber security audit that we can sit around and discuss too. But in light of that, I want to congratulate a lot of people on this. I mean, the council that's sitting here over the past few years kind of helped make this happen. And especially our city treasurer, Bill Reese. He's really done a great job guiding us, making us listening to him, talking about a fund balance policy and planning, put that into place, the debt reduction that we've handled over the year, just the fiscally responsible conservative path that we've taken over the years. A lot of that has come from somebody that's got a great amount of knowledge about accounting and has been able to guide us along the way. I just want to say thanks to him for doing that. It was we've had a treasurer in place many years, and him coming on and being able to take over the reins and doing a great job is something to be commended. So thank you, Bill. I think that's all I really have tonight. So thank you.
Okay, Mr. Armstrong, Mr. Mylum.
Yeah, thank you. I actually reached out to the fire department to see if they would come tonight to hear this, but I had the pleasure of having lunch with a very old friend of mine a couple of weeks ago. And he was going on about, he's a captain in the North Tonawanda Fire Department. So he was going on about a mutual aid call that we assisted with. So I'm gonna give a little bit of background on the call and actually what happened. So on July 10th, the North Tonawanda Fire Department responded to a report of smoke in an apartment building on Oliver Street. When the first companies got there was a light smoke condition in the first building of the person who actually called. And as they got in there, they weren't seeing too much. They ran the heat gun up and down the wall, weren't seeing too much. While they were doing this inside, there was another crew outside kind of investigating. So as the interior crew was investigating, the second exterior crew was also investigating, reported that there was fire showing between the home that the first crew was in and the home next door. And this home next door was less than 2 feet from the first house. So access to that space where the visible fire was coming from a basement, was impossible due to the restricted area. So as the breakthrough fire was reported in the basement of the home, North Tonawanda Engine 6 was put to work in the narrow area between the two residences. But in no time at all, this was kind of sounded like the King Choice fire with balloon construction. Charged smoke was coming out of the eaves of the house, the second house. Fire in the basement had gone to the attic already. And it was at this time that a fast team from the city of Tonawanda was requested. So City of Tonawanda Engine 2 and Ladder Truck 1 arrived along with other crews from Niagara County to assist. As the crews were working the fire from the interior, the fire quickly became so aggressive that all personnel were evacuated from the second building. And it was at this point that a defensive stance was taken, and the incident commander asked Tonawanda Fire Department Ladder 1 and Engine 2 to station in the narrow alley at the rear of the involved structures to protect the surrounding buildings. Now, to add to this fun, the alley where they were stationed in was just wide enough for the aerial truck, and it had to be backed into where they were due to the position of the structures and the wires. So once set up, Engine 2 used their deck gun to provide protection to the exposures, and Ladder 1 was using master stream on the aerial from above. As the fire progressed, the responding companies worked extremely hard, and this is a quote, to prevent all of Oliver Street from burning to the ground. This is strictly because the house was less than 2 feet away. I guess their overhangs actually overlapped. They were so close. During the time of the firefight, the involved building experienced a partial roof collapse and also had one of the walls bow out. However, after all of this, the fire was deemed under control at 3:48, roughly 2.5 hours after the first call. Now, the fire displaced 10 people, but due to the amazing actions taken by our fire department in a mutual aid situation, the building that was 2 feet away had 0 damage.
Come on.
Wow.
None. So these people could move back in that night. I'd like to recognize Assistant Chief Barber, Assistant Chief Close, firefighter Angelo, and the rest of the crew that helped assist our neighbors to the north in this effort. Now, in speaking with Captain Aaron Moore, the incident commander from North Tonawanda, the result of this fire could have been catastrophic had he not had the professionalism and assistance of the surrounding departments. And he especially mentioned that. These are his words. I would never call anybody this, but senior firefighter Angelo for being able to get the fire truck into a position that he did, stating it shouldn't have fit back there. So Captain Moore also mentioned Assistant Chief Barber's willingness to do whatever was asked. They were first asked to be a fast response. When they got there, they were put inside the building. And then they were eventually called out, and then taking a defensive stance. Assistant Chief Close worked the pump for the ladder truck, and firefighter Angelo ran the turntable. So the residents of both cities should know how extreme exemplary our departments are and how well protected they are with both of these departments at our service. So I'd like to thank both sides for the job that they do and for the calls they go on that go recognized and unrecognized on a daily basis. It was a very interesting story to listen to, and to know that these folks could move back in relatively in an unharmed building was amazing. So thank you to the fire department. I'd also like to mention the garden walk, which turned into a honey-do list for me as well, especially after visiting Park Avenue, the house that was back there. That was an incredible experience. So thank you to everybody that put it on, and for everybody that participated. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, in regards to garden walk, thanks for all the participants. They did a really nice job. I didn't have a chance to go to every one of them. I went to about 12, 8 of them, 9 of them, 10 of them. And by the time I got to the last one, was so darn hot. I don't know how you guys did that, working like that, but Judy had some water, so it was nice to have some water on the way out. But thank you to all the participants for all the hard work. The senior centers, everybody knows, we had some concerns in regards to lack of air conditioning. We worked hard with Mandy, thank you for your assistance. But now Monday, the center is going to be closed. The actual large crane is coming with the air conditioner, so it's being done on Monday. I want to make it public that everybody understands what's happening. So they're coming with a crane in the back parking lot, and the crane's going to bring the air conditioner on top of the roof, and then it's going to be put in. So we're excited about that being done on Monday. Tuesday, the center will open up again, and then but they won't be finished until probably Tuesday or Wednesday. But we will have the air conditioner put in next week, so very excited about that. Also, the camp and on Friday night, looking forward to all those kids up there. I'd love to dress up as Bigfoot and run through the woods, but I might get shot at, so I'm not doing that. But I think it'll be a fun, but it'll be a great night for the kids to do that. I want to thank the Youth Bureau for putting that on. 100 campers, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a hoot. Also, the court project is also coming down. We had a very nice meeting last week with Chris from the courts, Buffalo Courts. That project is well on their way, and pretty soon that anticipate the project to be really break ground in the fall. We'll be moving walls and doing things right down here. So right after Sharon's office, it'll be blocked right off, and they'll be downstairs doing their work on a daily basis downstairs for the time being until the completion of the project. So I'm looking forward to that. A lot of fun things happen. I want to thank Senator Gillibrand. Went to a meeting that she put together in regards to lead pipes, which we have a lot of. Schools, basements. We are considered a low-income area. City of Tonawanda is basically low income, so we don't have that type of funding. We got one person, Jason, who's doing our engineering. So I think what we can do is, Jason, we're going to do a lot of meet tool with a lot of smaller municipalities regarding to working with this lead removal. So we're looking forward to moving forward on it and helping these homes that have a lot of lead in them you know, downtown, there's a lot in the walls, there's a lot in the city hall, there's a lot in the caulk at city hall, so moving forward, I want to thank her for her hard work on that with the removal of lead in our city. So, thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to thank the New York State Comptroller's Office for putting together a seminar on multi-year planning. It was attended by other municipalities. I have the slides if anyone would like a copy of them. But I'd like to thank the Comptroller's Office for coordinating that. I know he doesn't like attention, but Councilman Mylum recently celebrated a birthday this week, and I'd like to wish him a very happy birthday.
Thank you.
I too would like to thank the Senior Citizens Committee for putting together the picnic. I know it's going to be an annual event. The weather was beautiful. I'd just like to thank everybody for putting that together. And our city attorney is hiding in the back there, but I'd like to congratulate Mr. Rua. He became a grandfather for the first time today. So I know he wants to kind of scoot out and, you know, call his daughter, but everybody is well. And congratulations to Mr. Rua. Thank you. Just so everybody here is aware, we will be meeting in the back with our Director of Parks and Rec and our engineer to talk about some exciting things that are happening in the city, as well as some grant opportunities. So thank you all. Julia.
Julia Autumn.
This concludes the formal session of the council meeting this evening. Our next meeting is going to be August 16th. 7 p.m. Thanks for joining. Have a great evening.